Okay. And when I'm too old to never have children, I will celebrate and commiserate and let my heart break for the woman I will never be, the one who was and had and then. All the children I never wanted, but still, to be a goddess on a mountaintop, a life-giving, all-loving force of unstoppable possibility, and I said, not really for me. I like my life just fine as it is. I waltz through the planet in my liberty with no one to think about but me, empty and free. I dance unimpeded. But to be weighed down to the earth with the anchor of being needed could teach me a thing or three, I know. So I better make it worth it. Better use my time well, this time I chose not to share but dared to keep all to myself. So when my hot flushes come, my reproductive days are done, when my ovaries shut up shop and my periods become a full stop, I will raise a glass to a broken heart and give thanks to my freedom and the choice so many women are still not given to say, this life was just for me. No bleeding nipples, no sleepless nights, no sulking adolescent fights, no sagging tits and nagging tears, too tired for sex for the next 10 years. The tortuous fears of fucking up my kids to smack or not to smack, held to ransom for the next new Adidas or Steiner schools on organic sugar-free snacks. And if you ever hear me say I'm lonely, then buy me a drink and sit with me, and we will know that we paid for every choice we ever made, for life is bittersweet, and some dreams won't come true. It's what life asks of you, to meet it head-on in all its dirt and glory. There's disappointment in every story, somewhere, and peace, eventually. So here's to the mother I chose not to be. Here's to every road I never took, and every poem I never wrote, every door I never opened, and every truth I never spoke. Here's to every man I never loved, every fantasy I didn't fulfill, every jump I never jumped, every glass I never filled, and every child I never had, and every mountain I didn't climb. Eyes open, I walked this path, this time. Thank you. Okay, so to round that out, I'm going to do a poem about my parents. And I'm just going to send some love to the lady in the corner. Yeah.
I'm not kids, I'm alright.
Okay. I'm just sending you some love anyway. Yeah. So yeah, this is a poem about my parents, and I actually did it last night for the first time. But I hadn't drunk so much wine then, so I'm really hoping I remember it. And I've got the book in case I don't. So yeah, so this is a poem called Baby Girl, and this is about my parents, and for my parents. Well, I'm not the daughter they expected, the one they thought would be interested in credit cards and fancy dresses, the unquestioned privileges of the class that I was born into. No, I'm not the daughter they prepared for, the one they hoped would study law, and $100 grand a year or more, find them a nice Jewish son-in-law, an accountant, or maybe a doctor. And I'm sorry I couldn't give them the things I know they'd have enjoyed with me, an interest in the stock exchange, a lavish wedding for mum to arrange involving mother-daughter shopping trips to Selfridges and Harvey Nicks, swapping face creams and cooking tips, and all the grandchildren they could handle. No, it's not the life they would have chosen for me, or chosen for themselves. And though it's hard at times for them to understand why I'm in yet another mysterious ashram, or living on a beach in moonlit Thailand, child-free, no man and no life plan, I tell you this. They couldn't love me anymore. They already loved me before I was born, and there's not a thing I could do or not do to change the school. I've tried. It doesn't change a thing. They're a living masterclass in parenting, hopelessly devoted to their baffling kid. And still, I've been a stroppy adolescent brat, full of opinions about this and that, about what they should think, what they should eat, and what they should drink. Free range, local, organic, of course, who they should vote for, left-wing or green, the blatant evils of modern medicine and media propaganda and social conditioning. And here is my father, who grew up in the war, who remembers the Blitz, who worked his way up from nothing to make a life for his kids, and who's still amazed that you can get strawberries all year round. I lecture him about seasonal eating and carbon wasted in air miles, and he just eats strawberries and smiles. And now I see my father walking with a stick, starting to crumble and starting to creak, as I watch him hobbling gracefully around the obstacle course of online Sainsbury's. And time begins to feel precious and sad. No more time to waste being a stroppy brat or trying once more to explain why Maggie Thatcher was bad. There's only time to say, I'm sorry, forgive me, thank you, I love you. To tell my elegant mother I'm so very proud of you, and I can't imagine the world without you. And though we may never really see the truth of each other beyond the version labelled parent and daughter, I will always be their baby girl, no matter that I'm long ago lost in a grown-up world. Matched by karma or choice or destiny or nothing, they are the only parents I will ever have. And this is the only song we will ever sing. Out of tune at times and hard to hear, and I wouldn't change a thing. Thank you.
She did all that drunk.